I don't know if you remember this unit. This is the one with the leaking coil, mismatched refrigerant, probably pressures were off, R22 type thing, and the blower motor was cutting in and out. But we're here to replace that coil, which is going to be very interesting because we only have 0 inches of room, and the coil is 6 inches taller, this coil. So the whole thing is going to have to come this way, and that is going to have to be shortened, and this is like a 3-inch pipe. Rude did that. But yeah, so we're replacing that coil, blower motor, and module, and then we're going to be adding the leak detection system that comes from the new coil and integrating it to this furnace, and I'll focus on that. All right, and then here's that outside unit.
Is it this one right here?
Yeah, it's that little one. Say hi.
Hello.
Say hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Say hi, Jackster.
Hi, Jackson.
All right, so yeah, so it's this little guy. So yeah, let's pump it down, and then we'll cut it out right there at the unit. So yeah. Yeah, it got me too a minute ago. Yep, it got me too, buddy. It's crazy. Oh, you know what I like that I just noticed? On this ICP Heil carrier, same thing. I don't know if you guys noticed this online or watching. They don't have that separate piece that came in the compartment. That yeah, compression fitting. That was missing 1 out of 100, and you'd get to the job and it was missing. Look, it's already welded on. So 454. They say it's flammable. All right, so you pumped it down. You just pumped down the outside unit. So we just got finished pumping down the outside unit. We shut off the breaker so the compressor doesn't want to run. All right, so we're just gonna release it. What's in there? Open these up. It's not much at all. Nothing. All right, so now we've got the main power off. Let's start disassembling, and let's cut these lines as close to the unit as possible. Okay. Take it out. Y'all just walk together. Whatever you do, don't spill it like that. It's uneven. There you go. Right. Do this back here. All right, you gotta rest it. You gotta rest. Look at this. Yep. I'm surprised it wasn't leaking all over the place. Alright, so yeah. Okay, RX11 flush. We're flushing the line set because we're putting in the A2L refrigerant. So we want to flush out that mineral oil. All right, so we have our new coil in, and as you can see, we have our dissipation module, our leak detector, if you will, for the new refrigerant. And this is going to mount here to the actual interface, right? And then we're going to wire it into the furnace. So yeah, so we've got this guy in, and we've got our panel here. Let's see. So yeah, that's gonna be like this. Like this. I'm gonna put near screws in there, just like that. Like that. Move forward. Okay, that's good. Okay. All right. Man, that's a big piece of paper, isn't it? It says flammable refrigerant to be prepared only by trained personnel, service personnel. Do not puncture refrigerant tubing. Dispose properly. Read operator manual. Don't put any ignition sources in ductwork on the supply. Leak detection system installed must be, oh yeah, we got to take that back off, don't we? Use, all right, so we got to take that back off. Okay, so we're going to take this panel back off here, and we're going to pull out, actually we're going to run it, I think right here, the line. So let's see. Okay, so we got to run our wire out. There's a small cutout on this first small panel right here. So we'll run our wire out right there, and we'll run it down somewhere. We'll figure out where to run it from there. We definitely don't want to hit the flue pipe, because that would be an issue. Let's see how this is going to look up down here as we put a screw down. And that's good. It's not bad at all. Okay, so now we have our indoor sensor, coil sensor for the new refrigerant. We have it routed down here. So our plan is to use this module piece here, the other part that comes with the coil. Okay, so if you have an existing furnace and you're replacing the coil condenser to the new refrigerant, the new coil, if you don't already know, will come with, and this was a question that I had, like, is it gonna work with the furnace? Well, this is pretty straightforward, and it comes with instructions. So you can see here what we're working with, and it's got a plug here, a couple of plugs. This will plug into, pretty straightforward. This 4-pin will plug right there to that sensor. So I want to mount it somewhere close. So I'm just going to mount this guy here, right here, because I have a couple of knockouts that I can use to wire up to the existing control board. Now, on this particular unit, I'm going to mount this right now. I'm going to come back to it later because I have to replace this control board. Okay, here, that control board, and then that blower motor. So yeah, so let's just mount this guy right here. Pretty straightforward. Yep. The other screw is right here. Just like that. And so that way we're working with what we're working with. And this knockout right here, right there. So we'll knock out this thing right here. That hole there, so we can put a grommet, a connector piece. So this is the cover, and it comes with a diagram, or not a diagram, but a chart that shows you the code. So can you see that better without the light? Yeah, so this guy is going to be flashing, letting you know something's wrong, right? And so its whole function is to disconnect heating or cooling, whatever's calling, and then initiate the blower. That's what it's going to do, to dissipate the refrigerant that might be leaking at the indoor coil. Okay. Solder. Give me a solder stick, Zach. I got one. We got it. Yep, those things poke you in the back. Uh-oh, we're losing something. Oxygen. Yep. Oh man, come on. We're losing oxygen. You see that tip? That blue tip? We're losing. So if we can get this thing slammed in there.
There's a crack on the bottom of that one. So
What?
you gotta,
Oh no.
it's not a very big one, but once you get it, it'll fill it.
We're gonna get it. Oh, there's some heat. Get the mirror. All right, so I don't know what brand Cremax is, but it saved my butt. Look at the tip, and then look right here, twice. It saved my butt. I didn't feel anything from this panel. So Cremax, that's generic. I don't know, man, but it was well insulated. I just wanted to come on here and show that to you. So right now, we're hooking up our breaker. We're gonna be doing our electrical. We're pulling a vacuum right now. Check this out. Check this vacuum out. Watch it. Look at that. Woo! That's what we want. Deep, deep vacuum. That's ensuring to us there's no leaks and no moisture. Then we'll close it off and watch that pressure rise. We don't want it to rise above 1,000. Wesley, what are you doing, buddy? It's 12 o'clock. Look at this mud pit. No, no, no. Well, what are we doing here, little fella? Hooking up electrical connections? Come on. You're hardcore, Wesley. We'll hook up our ground first. Come on. How's our vacuum? I see a 225 on that vacuum. Yeah, so we still got some things to do inside. I gotta pull that blower motor out and replace the control board and wire up that system, the leak detector system. And I want to show you how I do it, or how we're supposed to do it, right? Inside. And then also I'm gonna charge the unit by superheat subcool, and then I'm gonna do an approach on the outside. We're gonna make sure this thing is dialed in perfect for cooling. Right? Got it, Jack?
Yep.
Let's do that. Getting the other one ready, Zach. The other motor out.
There was one more screw on the bracket that was still.
Oh, yeah, there was one.
Zach has some new screws. Zachary has some new screws if you want them.
That's why it wouldn't come out. So I had a screw on there.
Okay.
Now. Maybe. Maybe not. Oh no, that's tight. That's pretty tight. Motor that went in here. So, did you get this from Root?
Yes.
Alright, so half horsepower. Let me see that. We're actually ready. Different. So we're going to do the top one and the bottom. So Rude furnaces are the only ones that come with this type of bracketing system. They're the only ones. So that's beneficial for us as technicians. We don't have to deal with this every single call, right? So very important.
Higher.
Yeah, look, you can go a little higher. You only need that much. That's all right. If you've already started, you got to go in the same spot because it'll leak water. Get it?
Yes.
Okay. And so we're gonna park this one. We're gonna park. So now we have our, they call it, what do they call it? A leak dissipation control board. Right here. Leak dissipation control board. So we're going to throw this guy in here through this knockout, and we're going to run it to our furnace control board. This is for the A2L. And so we'll run this in. And we don't need all of this, right? We just need to about right there. So we're going to bring this up. And we're just going to grab this and knock it in place, hopefully. There it is, right there. Knock that in place. And then we will tighten this guy here. I don't know if you can see that or not. And then we'll just tighten this guy down. Just like so. Just like that. Now we're going to run this here to where it needs to go. Here's our thermostat outside unit wires, our control wires, low voltage. And really this is all it's going to work with, pretty much. Okay, so this connector that came with the wiring for the dissipation control board, the connector was not the right connector for my control board for the furnace and my transformer. It needed to share. Okay, so what I did is I just cut it off the red, and it's labeled. All these wires are labeled, remember that, where to go. And so I'm gonna leave this one on like so, but I'm gonna cut it right here, and we're just going to wire nut it, okay, together. That's just something you're gonna have to do. So all these will have to be shared. Together like so. Okay, so we're just sharing it. So this board needs to be powered up here. Okay, and that's really essentially what it's doing. Y to outside unit. We'll do G into thermostat G, so this is fan. So this one will go here, going to our fan on our thermostat. And then we have Y into furnace, Y into furnace. So we're going to come over here and we're going to put that right into furnace right there. You can see that. So on the control board, hopefully that fan is not causing a lot of issues here. So on your control board, you're going to have letters. I don't know if you can see that, but you're going to have letters like Y, G, W, C, O, all those things, W2, all that. So that's really what we're going off of. So really, our Y, okay, so we'll get to that in a minute. And we have our common. We'll hook up our common. So you pretty much know the ones that are going to the board have that, I don't know what you call it, this connection here. Those go to the board. The other ones are wire netted somewhere. So this one here is our Y out to furnace. So this is our heat to W. So we're going to put that right there. Just like so. So, looks like a mess. But it's not a mess. Y into T stack right here. Coordinates. So, it's got labels. So this one goes into Y or W at the thermostat. Okay, so the whole purpose is for this guy to shut power off to either the cooling, which is the yellow, or heating, which is the white, and then tell the blower motor, which is on G terminal, to start running. That's why they call it dissipation, because it's diluting that refrigerant that could be leaking inside. So this one here, though, Y to thermostat. Said it was Y2 furnace. So yeah, so it's just going to cut off the outside unit. So really the board, this dissipation board is only going to cut off the outside unit. And what it looks like here, condenser stops running. And so that's how it's wired to do that. Okay, so that's all the wires. That's all of them. All right, now I can get out of the way of Zach, and we can start wrapping it up. Okay, I could feel the outside unit coming on. So we had a slow or no flash, steady light. That means this guy's not tripped. We're good. Yeah, but what I want to do is I want to hook this thing up and then turn off the thermostat first. So let me do that right now. Turn off this Nest thermostat because I don't want the blower to be running all the time for some reason. So for these dissipation controls, so this one here for this furnace, it purges the blower. Looks like that's what it's doing. Maybe not. I don't know. It seems like it's purging the blower for about 5 seconds and then turning off. Because I don't believe this control board does that when you reapply power. Maybe it's actually the furnace that's doing it. Either way, I noticed that, but it shuts off. So right now thermostat is off. We've got a solid light. That means it's normal operation, and we're ready to kick it on and cooling. And let's go check outside for our subcool superheat and all that good stuff. And then here are these guys standing right there. I don't know what they're doing, but they're standing right there. Look at them. And look at this one. All right, so we're charging this unit up. Our subcool's coming up. We want it around 4 or 5. We've got 10 degrees superheat, 135 over 261. And there's a jet. Oh, there's another one. Hold on. That's awesome. I always love jets. All right, so we got 61 degrees, 60 degrees on the suction line, very cold. And we've got about 5 degrees approach for this unit. And this is a 14.5 SEER. So we're condensing right now like we're supposed to. It shows the efficiency of the coil. So we're at about 4 degrees right now. 5 degrees approach. I think that's going to be fine. This is a 2-ton unit. But yeah, there it is right there. Done. We'll wrap it up. Wesley, let's get no sleeping on the job. Let's get that temperature supply.
60.
Right now? 60?
60.
So 60 minus 80 is what? 20. So our delta temperature is 20 degrees. That shows us the performance and the evaporation on the evaporator coil, that it's using 100% of that coil. Our superheat tells us the same. So yeah, we're finished. So here we are, 2025 A2L refrigerant. We hooked up the dissipation control module and sensor from the coil. I showed you how to do that. We also charged the unit, subcool, superheat, and by approach. We want a number on that approach. It seems pretty close, plus or minus 3 degrees. We've got the unit charged up. Yeah, looks good. It's ready to go. So I hope you liked this video, and you got to meet Zachary. You've met Westley already. And then
Jackie.
my lovely wife, Jackie. Part of the team there. So God bless you guys, and remember, pray first before everything.